Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to something new. We're doing a new one here. This is All Will Fall. I'm AxionEvolved. And to give you a little bit of context, I have played this game a little bit. I got like 7 hours in it, so I'm not completely new to this, but it's definitely something I've had my eye on for a while. And it came out just a couple days ago, and I've been messing around with it a little bit here and there. And I think I want to start maybe a little series, see how it goes. I'm kind of bad at this, but we're going to keep it going and see how it works. So to start this off, I will do a new game for this. Now, this game does have this fresh start tutorial, which if this is your first time playing the game, I highly recommend it. Something kind of fun about this game, it is physics based. It is kind of like a city management, all kinds of cool stuff. You guys will kind of see. Now, one of the nice things about this is you kind of have these scenarios that unlock as you do things. Random Town I like, and I think it's going to be good for this because it's just like kind of a blank canvas that you just kind of, it's like the whole game's unlocked, and I think as you do more, you unlock more stuff. So with that out of the way, let's just hop right into this, and you can kind of learn with your eyes. All right, so you always are going to kind of start off in a similar position, right? So your boat kind of shipwrecked here, and you got a bunch of people not doing anything, right? So up at the top left here, let's oh, we are, well, no, we're not paused. Let's pause time here. So there's kind of a lot going on right now, right? Over here, you kind of have some objectives, some quests, some missions, kind of whatever you want to look at it. You can click in there, and you get some points, right? You get various things, influence, various, happiness, all kinds of stuff. So I'll try to do my best to explain what I'm doing as I go along, but this is not like a tutorial by any stretch of the imagination, but I'll do my best to kind of, illustrate what's going on, right? So at the top of the bar here, you'll see all of our resources, right? And not too much, but definitely they're all necessary in their own way, right? So up here, you're looking at your resources. Right here, you have your survivors. They're grouped into 3 different, let's say, factions, right? You got workers, sailors, and engineers, and they all kind of specialize in a certain thing, and you can overlap them for certain tasks. And this should become more clear as I keep playing, right? Over here on the right, pretty important thing, you got your time controls first off, but then you also have your, let's say, next couple of days of forecast, because one of the features of this game is that over time, the water levels everywhere out here, they'll start dropping. So you can see, if we kind of get down here, there's a lot of stuff under the water, right? And so all that stuff over time becomes exposed, right? So very important to kind of keep an eye on what's going on here, because you'll have things like rain, wind, all kinds of different stuff. So first things first, all these people are complaining about housing. We'll need to do something about that. But I also want to kind of take a look over here and see what we might be able to kind of get going right now. The people will kind of collect stuff on their own. Like, they don't need any assistance for that, but if they don't have anywhere to put it, they're not going to do anything, right? So first things first, I think, let's kind of clear some of this stuff out. You can, as I'm going through, you can kind of see some of the stuff in here. First things we're going to want is water storage, food storage, and just a general storage, right? So I think these are as good a spot as any. So we'll put down one of each. Just kidding. Let's get this going, because we need them to build this so they can then proceed to start collecting things, right? And food storage, we'll put you down, and we do want a water storage, right? All right, so they'll build that, and then they'll kind of start collecting everything around. Now, I do want to... oh, they're storing stuff in here. Okay, they should be taking some of that stuff out, though. So let's deconstruct the boat just to get the resources and the space, right? Because this is all kind of important. So we did complete this task, and now we've got a bunch of options, right? And generally speaking, the way these things seem to pan out is you have some kind of options that say that kind of give you loyalty, which is an attribute that you get for your factions, or you can do stuff that pays out, so to speak, in influence. And influence will come into play later once we kind of gain these happiness levels. But this would be kind of like your, I don't know, your edicts or your town rules or whatever, right? So something that we'll get into, right? So one other aspect of this game that's very important, like I said, is physics-based. So verticality is a thing, and so is gravity, right? So one of the things we need to do, we have some water up here, so let's go ahead and get some, I'm just going to put some basic stairs up there. They'll be able to go up and grab that and collect that water, because we, as of right now, are kind of lacking in some of that stuff. So we have quite a lot of people kind of doing nothing, so I'm going to go ahead and build this right now. Because they need pathing to get to these resources, and you can see there's a lot of wood, and we're going to need a lot of wood. So one of the first things we're going to want, I believe, is food, right? And luckily, you know what? I'm going to do a couple things here. Number one, I'm going to create a path down to this level so that A, people can go and start collecting things, and B, so we can start building down here, right? Because one of the first things I want to do, water is going to be kind of whatever. We have a little bit there that we're going to be able to grab. But food, we currently don't have any way of getting. In fact, I don't think we even have anything down here. No. No, definitely no water, right? So I'm going to go and, oh, you know what? I don't even have, we're going to have to research. Okay. So in order to unlock new buildings and things like that, you need to construct a small lab. Where to put this, though? I mean, it's kind of arbitrary. We can always move things, but I don't want it to. Maybe I would just put it like randomly right there for now. Just for now, we'll go. Oh man, we caught someone there. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're fine. Perfect. So this is how we're going to unlock some new stuff, do some research, and hopefully they're building it with junk. Now, the lab, you can see, buildings can be assigned workforces, or they have a workforce requirement, some of them, and some of them take any faction, let's say. This one specifically requires engineers, right? So let's assign 2 of them there. They'll be gainfully employed. Looks like we ran out of water here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete that. We get the resources back, but we're not going to need that for the time being, right? So let's go ahead. So there's 2 ways you can, click the lab and click on the research button to open up the research tree, or you go to this little button here at the top left and get the same way. So I think food and water are going to be one of the most important things. Currently, we have a little bit more water than food, so I think a fishing hut would be appropriate to go ahead and research first. I want to get, these are the options that you can have, and I think food, water are kind of the most important, right? But you'll see how it kind of plays in as we go along. Now, one thing to note about this game is all of this stuff, the floor, everything. You can, in theory, deconstruct everything, right? It'll take different kinds of buildings to unlock that kind of technology, but you could do it if you wanted to, right? So let's let this go. Now, another thing we're going to need to take into consideration is housing. Right now, I'm looking at this spot over here. This, it's standing out to me. Can I build? Maybe I should build a little bridge. Let's do something like this. We'll just come straight across, right? That way, at least these people have access to this area so far. Now, we're going to need 12 housing. So if we look here now, the small wood house, capacity 2. So we're going to need 6 of these structures. So for now, how big are these? Can I fit them right here? I want to take into consideration whether or not they're going to be able to get into the space. So let's do something like this. We'll go 1, 2, and then you know what? We're going to go up a level. So 3, 4, 5. That technically works. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then... do I like that? I feel like I don't like that. No, we're going to deconstruct it all. I'm going to do it over. There's got to be a better way to kind of... Pile of food depleted. Okay, yeah. So we're almost done with our research, so that should be fine. You know what? What if I just do something like this? Just for now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3. Now they're going to want pathing. So we can give them that. No problem. And we'll need a way for them to get up to this second level. What is this? Drifting wood. Base has been hit by drifting wood. Somewhere. Oh, right there.
Research completed.
We can either get 30 of it, or we can, if we had influence, we could spend influence to get a little bit more. Unfortunately, we don't have any influence, so we're just going to take the 330 wood. Our research is complete, so I'm going to go right into the wood boiler. And for the food, let's go ahead and put that right here. So you can see this has like a requirement for access to the sea. So let's do that. So we'll build that. We're getting close to the end of their day too, so we kind of want to get that done a little bit sooner. I do need to get... Oh, come on, man. We can't just delete this. Undo, undo. It's fine.
Building completed.
I think they need to deconstruct this rather than whatever I just did. Okay, so let's put some stairs. Let's see here. We can do something like this. Just do a little bridge. And let go up and build that, and then everybody will be housed. And then maybe I can just do that real quick so they can start to deconstruct. Oh man, we're looking good though so far. Okay, what is this? We should stockpile. We know you're capable of making a good decision, but here's what we think you should do right now. Okay, focus on water. Focus on food. I think we're already, once this is built, we'll assign, let's just assign a sailor to it. And we'll probably have that done before anything else. Get a little bit of influence out of it too. So that'll be nice. Are you deconstructing this? Awesome. So pretty good first day. We're still researching the wood boiler. Now one thing about the wood boiler is it does create pollution, which is a thing in this game. And you don't want any pollution kind of near your housing. So we'll probably put the wood boiler somewhere over here, even somewhat close to the water there. But it is, I think, at 23. Oh, here you go. Here you can see the schedule. So 23, so 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. Or really 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Your workers aren't really going to be doing anything. So let's go ahead and just kind of fast forward through the night. We can actually build that so they can at least deconstruct that. And then, oh, our research is so close to being done too. I don't know what percentage that is, but it's pretty close. So plenty of wood. So let's take a look and see kind of what we're going to focus on next. The woodcatcher is kind of a big deal. So a lot of these tier 1 buildings that you can see here, they all revolve around essentially wood and junk, right? So wood and junk, these two resources. These are kind of your baseline resources. They can not only be used themselves, but they're also useful for a lot of other stuff, right? So we got the wood boiler now. Now a demolition hut would let us, or would unlock the ability for us to harvest things like this, wood rubble, you know, which, you know, cleans things up and gives us more space eventually. I do want to maybe do something like this. I think that would be nice so that they can access these resources. And then let's build ourselves a wood boiler. You can see it is a polluter, so, you know, good a spot as any right there. Now, let's see here. So, we have the demolition hut. That's an option. We could do a bow. I think that comes with the dock, right? I don't think the dock is a thing. Yeah. Woodcatcher just generates wood out of thin air, right? And as of right now, we're going to be using wood to create water. We use wood for all of our structures, and wood's kind of a big deal.
Construction completed.
The demolition hut is also kind of a big deal. So let's just go for that. That's a little bit easier, I think, to get going. That does take 5 junk, 15 wood. The wood catcher is 20 wood. Okay, so it's roughly the same thing. Let's just get the demolition hut. We're going to need to get lower into these tiers anyway. We're going to end up unlocking most of it no matter what. So good a time as any to start right now. So this is going good. We still got a ton here. I wonder why this takes... I wonder if it's because I've only got one path there. If I give 2 access points, I wonder if like one block counts as an access. And if I did something like this, right, and I get rid of these 2, I wonder if that would make them harvest it faster. So we'll get rid of that stuff. It's crazy they can't walk through this gap. I don't understand it. It is what it is. So a lot of good stuff over here. We got some junk. I think this is where our junk is coming from right now. Wood, rubble. Once we get the demo hut, we can harvest this kind of stuff. And then of course we got that big pile of wood. This stuff here, if you can see that I can't really do anything, but if I hit the tab button and bring this up, this is a way you can set priorities for harvesting for your workers. But if you hover over things, it also show you which buildings what buildings can enable this specific resource to be gathered. So you can see, advanced demolition hut, metal gathering hut. We don't have any of that stuff right now. Kind of the same thing for this stuff, right? So the progression in this game kind of starts off with wood, goes up to metal. So wood into metal, and then eventually you do get concrete for certain things, which uses like sand and other stuff. So yeah, and then eventually we're gonna try to get over to like these types of buildings. You can see a lot of stuff. We got some water up here, different junks, and then there's stuff inside the buildings too. In addition to like the windows, we can get rid of, right? So the thing holding us back right now, though, is that we cannot reach them. If I were to try to build across, you would see that these red striped areas is telling you they're going to collapse. Because, again, this is a physics-based game. So we just go ahead and get rid of all that. As you unlock further down the research tree, in fact, we're about to be done. You can see available. Where is it?
And this one will need even more resources.
Yeah, you got support buildings, wood support, metal support. These have better support. Let you span bigger gaps, right? So now that we have the demolition hut, I'm gonna throw that down here just for fun. One other thing about this game that you want to kind of take into account is that your edges are valuable, because that is your C access, and there's quite a few buildings like this that hang over the edge and get the C directly, right? So we got food, we got water. We're still a little low. In fact, because I didn't rookie mistake, I didn't assign anybody to the wood boiler. Okay, so for research, what next? Let's get the wood catcher. We're gonna need the wood for the water. If we look at the food as well, we could eventually feed everybody with just food and water, right? This one takes just wood. I'm sorry, with food and water. With wood and water. Maybe I said that wrong. I don't remember. You can use you know, this is real basic. As you go down, you can even start growing things with sand and all that. Full transparency, I haven't really been past maybe some tier 3 stuff. I've been in tier 2, a little bit of tier 3 in some of the other playthroughs just to kind of get a hang of things. And I'm excited to kind of get through this game because I've been having a lot of fun. And there's some really cool things that you can do and really cool ideas that I have about how things do work. Specifically, you know, while we're kind of waiting for some stuff. If you look here, you have these cranes, right? And if you'll notice, it's what it says it gathers, right? Rubble, structures, but wood floating, junk floating, right? What is that kind of stuff? Well, if you look here, you have literally floating wood, right? So if you have a crane, if I had one of that wood crane over this stuff, it could collect it. And you might think to yourself, well, that's kind of difficult, right? Because if you'll notice, there's a velocity or a speed on there. And I don't have a good example of something else, but there is moving. Here you go. Look at this. That has a velocity, right? So if only there were some way to corral things within a crane's area, well, that's what these are, right? So in my brain, I'm cooking up something where maybe we can trap floating goods under a crane and have that be like just a little bonus thing. I don't know, right? Let's get the demo hut workers going, right? Because again, that's a lot of this stuff down here. I don't think that can be, but a lot of this other random stuff we can at least clear out too. Because again, we want the space either way, right? So it might be worth getting boats too.
Research completed.
Woodcatcher. Okay, you know what? We do need the woodcatcher. So let's go ahead. Let's start some more research. Oh, I know I just really hyped up the crane, but I don't think I want to go for this just yet. I kind of want to solidify my income. Our food. So this doesn't do a lot of food. This does 2 every... Okay, so 0.5 every hour, and these do like 2.5 every hour. But it takes more water. But it only takes water. You know what? Not quite ready for these yet. Roofs? Let's get roofs. These come in handy. Specifically when it comes to rain catchers. And we do have a little bit of rain coming up. So it might be worth getting that kind of stuff. One of the really cool things about this, and you'll see, I'll just quote unquote spoil it, right, is as it rains, you can use roofs to funnel water into rain catchers for passive water collection. Now, it doesn't rain a lot. This can't be your only source of water, but it is a cool way to just get essentially free water to plus up, you know, when you need it, right? So really cool. I like using roofs with housing to kind of create little bonus piles, but we'll see. We'll see how it all works out. I don't think this is going to be my final housing configuration because we are going to want more people eventually. So we'll have to see how that kind of plays out. But you know what? Can I move this? Can I put this here? There is space there. Okay, cool. Just to, you know, free up the amount of space I have. I got the entrance here. There is another exit up here. I don't really know why, but it's there. Okay, so we need to stockpile rations. I did say I was going to get more food. Another cool thing, right? So you might think to yourself, why don't I just build another fishing hut, right? So you'll notice you got these requirements right here. Clearance, access, and sea access, right? And you'll notice this square here. If I were to try and build another fishing hut in the same area, they're going to be way less efficient because of that overlap down there, right? So I'd have to put it like somewhere over here. In fact, maybe I'll do that just to have enough food for now. That's probably not going to be built until the morning. We did also just make the... Oh, well, here's the dock. You know what? We're going to want some docks, too. Maybe down here? There's a lot of stuff there. You don't want the dock... Again, this is kind of saying you don't want to interfere with your existing sea access. Oh, I need to add the engineers back to that. You know what? I think I'm going to move this over. I'm going to build the dock, or a dock right here. And one dock can support multiple ships, from what I understand. And we'll just need to add... let's do it right here. Okay, so when they wake up, they'll have some stuff to do. In fact, let's kind of get them close to waking up. Okay, so we'll have a dock. We should... What are we researching? Roofs? Okay, we'll probably want to get a boat, too.
Ah, what a beautiful morning.
We'll get a simple boat
Okay,
going
time
after
to
we
work.
finish the roofs. Perfect, so that's going. And we got the dock. Okay, we're going to need to add somebody to here. In fact, I'm going to need to take from there. I'm going to need to add someone in there. Can't really call it home. Okay, better than nothing. But these houses aren't that great for living in. Agreed. So I can either get their house quality up, or I can bribe them and gain a little loyalty. For now, I think I'm going to just bribe them because it's just easier. It's easier than because this is not like a final house setup. I can't just be adding whatever, you know. Okay, so we got double the food. What is gonna collapse over here? Oh, this is gonna collapse. Here, let's high priority that stuff. It's not really that big of a deal, but it'd be nice to just kind of get rid of it. Hello? Can we high priority that stuff, please? Okay. Did I ever put down a woodcatcher? I'm not seeing one. But we almost do have our boat done. Housing. Okay, we got the roofs.
New buildings available.
And we got our boat. So if I just slap the boat in the water and add a couple sailors, they're just going to go out and grab this kind of stuff. Easy peasy. Literally doesn't get easier than that. Water, I want the rain catchers because we're going to need those for the rain coming up. What are we in? We are in a low tide. So the water level is going to go down, and you can kind of see that by this green stuff, right? And it's telling you down here at the bottom. Water level is decreasing by half a meter. So what that does is that's going to temporarily expose resources that you can send your people to. Right? They can go down and collect that. You just got to kind of be careful about it. So I'm looking for a good spot to do this. Right? So low tide has revealed resources. Cool, cool. You can also let us kind of scout what it's going to look like. Because eventually you're going to get a permanent lowering of the tide. Right? So now all of this stuff is exposed. And I want to send... Or I want some people to be able to get down there, but it is not very clear. And I don't want to block this access. Man, I don't think I have the access to really do that right now, unfortunately. Oh, man. You know what? I need to prioritize this stuff. I want to put my woodcatcher right there because... I guess we got some food. But I really want to get my wood income going because you can see we're netting +1 a day. Not even anymore. +0. So I want to have some wood income coming in. Water we're seemingly doing just fine with. Food we're hopefully going to get to that goal. I probably should have picked the water side of it, but I didn't. Is there anything down here? So we've got some sand. I don't see any like water barrels or anything though. Is there anything in the middle I can do? No. Whale. Oh, well that's gone. So let's... See, we don't even have the 20 wood for this wood catcher. What are you... Okay, so you're... I want you to prioritize wood. I need the wood. So let's get the wood. And you see the boat goes right to it. Perfect. Doing me that solid. Oh, okay. Wood catcher. Nope. Didn't mean to do that. Good enough. Good enough for government work. Now, my question is, do I have enough people for all this? I didn't even think to look. And... well, let's see. I have an engineer and a worker available. So I'll probably just slap an engineer in there for now. You do get more people over time, so it's not like the end of the world. But you definitely got to keep an eye on that kind of stuff. Also, I'm not really seeing how I'm going to be able to bridge these gaps easily.
Research completed.
I might have to wait for metal to do that. Okay. Rain catchers. Okay. I don't even know what research I can really afford right now, honestly. 15 wood. Although this stuff is pretty... this is pretty important. Wood housing. They do like leisure. That's a way to get their happiness up. Can I spare the 10 wood, or should I get a greenhouse? This would convert the extra water. Essentially, it convert the extra water into food, and I think that's kind of worth it. We're a little bit of a surplus in water, so we might as well use our strongest resource to make some deficiencies. Even though we're technically, we're like making it, we need to make it better.
Think about tomorrow's work.
So let's speed this up. They're gonna, again, they're gonna want some leisure. Actually, you know what? While this is happening, I can kind of flesh out my housing stuff. So, what I want to try to do, let's put a roof on here. And let's get a little funnely action going here. And then what I want to do is
One of the groups is
this is
really
going to kill
happy
all of
with
my
your
wood.
leadership. I wonder if their happiness is somehow related to their usefulness.
But if I can afford this, and I can put a water storage right... Oh, I can't put it on there. I must need to do this. Do I need to make that even lower? Let's try that. No! I need 15 junk! I don't have the junk. You put some wood right, or you put this thing right here, and it like builds itself, and then everything is fine. Dang it. Well, this is a very short rain anyway, and it looks like we've got some more rain coming up. So maybe, you know what? I'm actually going to stop building that. I'm going to stop building that altogether, because I can just put that on the ground. We have this access right here. Once they clear that, then I can put that on the ground and have like a more permanent setup. High tide incoming run. Yeah, so the tide comes back, and we don't really have to worry about that because we don't have anybody down low. But man, not be able to take advantage of this kind of sucks. Okay, word spreads. New people. All right, so we can get 3 sailors. 3 sailors with some happiness. What is going on? Oh, we got some happiness out of them. Cool. We can get some influence. So we can get some goods, which are like almost like a currency in this game, honestly. We can do that. We can't do any of this because we don't have any influence. So let's make them pay, and we'll get 3 more sailors. So we can get
As
some,
long as you say it with confidence, people will believe
we
you're
definitely
right.
get some,
Am I right?
you guys deconstructing this? Whatever, I guess you don't even need to deconstruct it, right? I wish they could get this stuff first. We don't have anything that can get this. Well, what are you short on? Probably junk, yeah. So junk is something we need to start working on too. It's so much. So the way to kind of just generate junk is...
Completed.
Where are you? Production, the electric junk catcher, right? So you have your automatic, like, wood from nothing building, and you have your junk from nothing building. Although this takes power, which is kind of a whole thing that I haven't super delved into. I'm sure some of you who are watching this have played this game. Let me know down below any like tips and tricks or things that I'm missing, because I'm all ears. I'm game to learn. Game to learn the game. Okay, so let's just build some housing real quick as well. Well, you build in your own houses. Is this junk? Yes. Let's prioritize that. What do you have? Wood? I'll take it. I'll take the wood. We definitely need some junk though. And I'm wondering if it's worth building another simple boat. There is quite a bit of stuff around. You know what? I'm going to see if I can do it. I have the excess sailors. But it's 5 and... Oh, I can't afford it. Yeah. Yes, I can. So they'll get going. We've already dang near cleared this out. Do we have... So we do have some rain coming, which is good, because then I'll have... Hopefully I'll have the wind or the rain catchers all set up by then. But very soon our people are going to be running out of things to do, because they're not employed. Come get this. One of you boats. You're getting junk? Excellent. So we need junk to finish this. And I'd love to finish this greenhouse so I can be done with this. 15 influence. That's not nothing. Considering we have 0. I would really enjoy that. What is... Okay, so this is all like lowest priority. Let's just get this done, people. Let's go ahead and get this done. The serious building. Okay, so that is something I have not done before, but that is this thing right here. We eventually need to get over to this.
A pretty normal decision.
And I guess
under
send
pretty
people into it.
unusual circumstances.
You can start to kind of see a bunch of these structures down here. Like there's a lot under there. There's whatever this is right here. Subway tunnel or something. It goes like, look how far out it's going. So it seems like you can have like a pretty robust or like a pretty large sized settlement. I don't know how big you can really get with this stuff. It seems like you can get pretty big though. Look at that. We are positive on food. Nobody is around to grab this stuff yet. It's fine. I think I'd rather have the junk anyway. Okay, we have the junk to build this. So I don't think we need any like workers or anything for this. But you'll notice, right? These are all funneling water into here, and you can see 400% collection. And it's on the ground so they can also collect from it. So easy peasy on that. That's just free water down the road. And hopefully this is going. Let's kind of speed up time a little bit. Oh, this needed water. Interesting. I still think junk is the bottleneck. 5.5 hours. Oh yeah, we got plenty. Plenty o' time. What are you? Waiting. Did this... Is that my boat? Hopefully my boat can get out of there. because looks a little precarious, if I'm gonna be honest. And then, okay, so then we're gonna have the greenhouse producing the food, although I think we're gonna end up getting enough food, all things considered. What should be the next research? Because I kind of want to get to a point here. I'm unsure. Maybe
Great
some
decision,
leisure?
Captain. As long as you keep your people happy, they won't care how you achieve your goals.
Oh, that auto-completed for us. Awesome. And we got the influence. Cool, cool. Even better. Yeah, this will be nice. I'm surprised. The workers assigned. What can gather this? What if I put these? Oh, they sprinted over. They are so gung-ho about collecting this for me. Yeah, so I think we're getting to a really good spot here. What's coming up, though? Wind and rain. A storm. So, dang, I wish we had... What is this? What are you saying? Boat is waiting for a dock. Well, you're not even close to a dock. I guess I could do a second dock, maybe over here. Why not, right?
Time to relax and to think about tomorrow.
Right at relax time. Okay, well, let's kind of speed through this. They are grabbing the fuel, so the fuel is also good for things like this. You can make some explosives and literally blow up the resources to collect them. But it only works on this one, at least, on like rubble. Wood and junk rubble. But I think, are you kidding me? We stopped at 99%. Insane. You can definitely upgrade your explosives, though. I mean, blowing up concrete and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
It's time to work.
Okay, greenhouse acquired. Let's do some leisure, get our citizens happier, because when they get happier, they start unlocking perks, you know, and that's always something nice. The more perks, the better. And we got 2 docks now, and we're kind of out of resources for them to gather. So that's almost done. I mean, leisure is whatever.
New buildings available.
But the
And
question
this one will need
becomes...
even more resources to build. Yay.
Let's start getting into energy. I want to get some of these turbines, because I think it is maybe time to start considering a junk catcher, because we're starting to use junk more, and now that we've cleared everything up, we're gonna like need more, you know. What are you saying? Because there's that in the way. But yeah, all of this floating stuff, I'd love to put it into a central area. You know, like imagine I had this blocked off and this blocked off and maybe like a U right here, and I funnel everything to one area and I just have a crane picking it all up. I think that'd be awesome. That's definitely something I want to try. I haven't gotten a way to do it yet. I haven't gotten far enough to look at doing that. Okay. Now, do we want... We definitely have a plethora of water. Well, maybe not a plethora. That's maybe a little bit aggressive. We have a surplus. I can't build this right now anyway. I'm concerned... It turns 10 water into 15 food. Production is... So we're really only producing 5 more. Huh. Maybe it's not quite worth the greenhouse yet, but it's nice to have that unlocked. Let's get the turbines going at least. And... yeah, so here we go. Like how you run things, well, let's talk about blah blah priorities. So we either do a thrift stand to get goods, which is kind of nice, or we build the electric junk catcher and we get influence. I like the idea of goods. I think that's nice. The catch with these is that they both leisure building, power. Electric junk catcher, power, right? So this is nudging you towards generating energy, which is why I'm getting the wind turbine, because while we don't have wind here, we do have wind here. And if we can get some free power, the nice thing about the stand leisure building is it does generate, I don't think it generates goods, but I think you can get goods. I don't know. Something like that. Hamster wheel, relax. I'm going to refrain from using that for now, but I will. Let's make some leisure things. You know what I mean? I don't know. So, there's probably a more effective way to do that, but we don't have too many people right now. So, in fact, we can hold one more. Okay. Let's kind of get them through there. I think I want to show you this working, and then we can. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll even consider remaking these houses. Yeah, maybe. Because that is interesting. These ones are getting a little bit of decoration, a little bit of quality. Unfortunately, the bottom ones do not get the quality. But there's other ways to do that with like decorations and things like that. So, what are we researching? We are doing, yeah, the wind turbines. Okay. So I also need to scout spots for that. And ideally they're up somewhat high. Maybe like up here for now. Up here would be kind of nice. I think that, I don't necessarily think they need to be high. But if they are high, I think it just helps. So of course, like, we're like super high on junk right now and low on wood. Because why wouldn't we be? I'm tempted. I have one free sailor, one free worker. I'm tempted to make another woodcatcher and put it... Well, it'll interfere with that, though. I don't know, maybe over here? If I could clear that out. Maybe right there, maybe right here. The name of the game is kind of just like making it work for now and refining later. See, I don't even have the 20 wood. New buildings available. We do have the wind turbines. I don't have the wood for it. Here we go. We need to prioritize all of this wood. And if we look over here, you'll notice that normally it takes 4 hours. And we're doing it in 1. So this is just free water. 6 water's already gone into this. I don't know if they'll come out and grab it. Maybe they will. Or they're putting water into it. Oh, is this one full? No, this one's not full. Well, you know what I could do, honestly, is that. And even that. So I can throw some rain catchers on here. These will take the standard 4 hours. So it's not going to be as much, but as like funneled. But I bet you could get like really crazy with this to get to that 500% collection speed. But yeah, I mean, this is just like free water. Look at that. We got 12 in there. I'm happy. I love this as a concept. I think this is super cool. Super, you know, quote unquote realistic. It just kind of makes me happy. I like that this is a feature of the game. But anyways, guys, I think that's a good spot to call it for now. We got pretty set up. I think in the next episode, you know, we're already kind of generating some stuff. So we'll slap some turbines down, maybe start getting some powered structures going, and really start to explore how we can maybe start moving into new areas because I think we're going to get a permanent sea level drop right here, which should open up these levels, meaning we can gather more stuff for one, but also maybe it makes it a little bit easier to go across. I'm not sure, but we'll figure that out in the next episode. So thank you all so much, and we'll see you in the next one.